Shonnie said it. I am Shonnie, and I'm here with my cousin and agent in the office, Miss Washika Mitchell. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
You look wonderful. So I can tell
Thank
you're doing very well.
Thank you. So listen, we're going to discuss all things real estate today. So you guys sit back, sit tight, and let's go.
Let's go. So I am super excited about today's topic because it can be quite hilarious.
Yes.
Working with buyers, you never know what you're going to get.
Yes.
So sometimes you have buyers that do say certain things that are probably harmful to the sale. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm super excited to dive into this because I know you have some stories. You've been doing this for a long time, so I know you have some buyer stories. Let's hear it.
Oh, yeah. So, and it's okay, buyers, we just wanted to educate you, but there are some buyer mistakes that happen all the time. And so those mistakes can cause you to lose out on this deal of you purchasing your home or whatever, purchasing land, purchasing a building for your company, for your business because of your mistakes. And so we want to educate you so that you will not make those mistakes because we have had experiences that, it's just, some funny stories in some respect. In the moment, it wasn't funny, but when we look back in retrospect, it's funny. And so we're going to share with you all that information today. So just a funny story. And I think I mentioned this to you before, where we had a couple, husband and wife, buying their first home. And it was so exciting. And they did everything we asked them to do. We had a consultation to share, the do's and don'ts, their role and responsibilities, ours as their representation. Great. We're ready to go.
Right.
Okay. So we get to a week before closing and the husband acquires new debt, unbeknownst to the wife. So buyers, when you're financing a home, your lender will do some more research a week out before closing, just to make sure you still have your job and just to make sure things are still in place. So we find out he bought a car. He bought a Charger for his cousin. And so,
his cousin.
Yes. And I wasn't surprised because they really are nice people. So, it's nice. Good for you. You're helping your cousin, but that doesn't help you. And we discussed to not do that. And so buyers, you cannot do those things. That is a huge mistake. And they almost lost their home. Now, we had a delay because we had to get some things fixed for them. And they ended up closing and buying their dream home. And they're so happy to this day. But that was a huge mistake.
He probably thought you were so far in the process that it wouldn't even
impact him in such a way.
Exactly. So to your point, like a week before closing, they will check.
Yes. So buyers, consumers, listen, you got to be careful. Don't make any sudden moves. Listen to your agent. They have shared with you things that they know is important. So you have to pay attention. Don't make any sudden moves. Pay attention to your agent. Listen to them so that you can realize your goal of making that purchase of whatever you wanted to purchase. Yeah.
Because it's a sad day when you get that close to closing and you can't close because of something you did as a buyer. So we definitely want to make sure you guys avoid those.
Yeah, we want to make sure you stay married because that could ruin the marriage.
That can ruin the marriage.
We'll discuss that today. The top buyer mistakes.
Top buyer mistakes.
Yes. Hi, I'm Shonnie Allridge, President and CEO of Trinity First Realty Services, and we are your one-stop shop to sell and buy real estate here in Atlanta, Georgia. So are you interested in selling your home or buying a home? Give us a call. Maybe you want to expand your business and buy a commercial space? Give us a call. We would love to help you. You can reach us at 678-565-2627, or you can email us at info@trinityfirstrealtyinc.com. I can't wait to work with you. See you soon.
I am really tripping. I cannot believe he went and purchased a car for his cousin.
Yeah, imagine how we all felt when we heard the news.
Right before getting to the closing table. Because that can be devastating. So Absolutely. That's definitely a huge mistake you don't want to make. And there are a few. I know I've run into a few. We're not gonna go over everything.
We don't have time to discuss every buyer mistake.
We do want to touch on a few that you absolutely have to make sure you understand. So first and foremost, do not get any new debts.
Please don't.
No credit cards, no new cars, no new anything before you get to the closing table. Just sit down somewhere.
Be patient. Be patient, because you can, once you get done, you can start making those power moves. But just wait until you have completed this transaction. But what other buyer mistakes have you seen?
One of the things I've been running into a lot is buyers who don't want to get a home inspection. They feel like, oh, this house is brand new, or oh, if I'm getting it appraised, do I really need an inspection? And you absolutely need to get your house inspected from top to bottom. And that's what I love about inspectors, is that they're gonna dive deep into everything that's going on with the home. If you have plumbing issues, if you have underlying electrical issues, whatever the case may be, the inspector is going to find that for you.
Right. And it's going to be in a nice, pretty report with pictures, descriptions to explain, hey, what's going on. And a lot of times it's a big deal, and then sometimes it's not. You can still go ahead and go forward with the purchase and just have those things addressed maybe later on. But you want to know what you're buying.
Absolutely. You definitely want to know. Before you, like I said, you get in there and you end up spending money on repairs as soon as you get into the home. That way, if you get it inspected, you have the option of saying, okay, this is more than I want to invest in this house.
Right.
Or, okay, those are some things that I
can live with.
Yeah. And then the seller might, make some repairs for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. That can be renegotiated. So you buyers out there, if there's some things that come up on the inspection report makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to pull away from that transaction right then and there. We could actually go back and renegotiate some things and make you feel more comfortable. But another buyer mistake is, quitting your job before we are done with the transaction.
Quitting your job? You have somebody quit their job.
Yes, this is real life. I want you all to know, we're not just making this up to have words to put together in a sentence. This is real life situation. So we had a client, husband and wife. He was, done with his job, and but they wanted to buy a home. So we went ahead and went through the process, and they ended up losing the home because he quit his job. I kept asking him, please don't quit the job. And he quit.
He was done.
It was over with. And so, of course, they didn't buy the home because we couldn't just do it with her income. The kind of home they were purchasing, it was not going to work with one income. Needed both incomes. And so...
do not quit your job, buyers.
Don't do it.
Don't get new debt. Do not quit your job. Get that house inspected.
Yes, please.
And get pre-qualified.
That's another one.
That's a huge mistake. Mm-hmm. When you get pre-qualified, you at least know what you are able to afford. Okay? And that can help narrow down your purchases.
For sure.
A lot of times, clients are riding around and falling in love with these
homes that they can't even.
And then once they get pre-qualified, they're like,
I can't afford it.
I can't afford the house I fell in love with. So before you fall in love,
please
get pre-qualified. Get a great lender and get pre-qualified.
Get
pre-qualified. Get your inspection. Stay employed.
And another one is narrow down the area in which you want to live. So a lot of times, buyers decide to buy a home close to their job or close to the school, the school district, or close to a hospital, or close to the expressway, or close to the airport, whatever it is, right? That's, narrow it down, because Georgia, this whole state, you have the West, the South, the East, the North. You have all these different directions that offer different amenities, different school districts, different types of homes. And so, but what works for you?
And that's
there's only one home.
Comes into play. Just finding out, what's your purpose? What's your purpose? Do you want to be closer to work? To your point, do you want to go to a better school district?
Yeah.
Do you want to get out of the city? So to Shonnie's point, make sure you narrow down, where you want to purchase. So you don't end up all over the state of Georgia.
Right, tour of Georgia.
Right.
And we're not doing it. We'll be doing you a disservice as a client to say, oh yeah, sure, we're going to go to the east side this week and the west side next week, and then we're going to go ahead and head on north and bring it on back down to the south. I mean, that's just silly. Narrow down your area and use those key points that we came up with. You want to be close to the hospital. You want to be in the rural area where you have a large lot, close to the school, close to your parents, you know, and so think about those things, your lifestyle, to narrow down your area.
About property taxes too, like that can help you narrow down the area where you want to live. You know, just keep in mind, the closer you are to the city, the more those taxes will be. So yeah.
Oh, and we're in the market now that's very interesting. We're in a seller's market, and it's causing there to be a buyer frenzy. So buyers don't get caught up.
Please don't.
That's a mistake. Getting caught up in the buyer frenzy. And so now you are, you know, overreaching for the home, right? Maybe the home is priced that we have a listing now.
We're in the middle of a frenzy with the home that we just listed for what, 159.5,
159.5,
and we have had
some overreaching offers.
And I mean, there are a ton of, when we say frenzy, we're talking about like 60 offers on one home.
Yeah, and it could be more when we get back to the office.
There will definitely be more. So yeah, just getting caught up in that, like you said, that overreach where you just have to, the house is listed at 150. I'm going to offer 200 on a 150.
Yeah. Like,
you know, that frenzy can take you places you don't want to go.
Right. So don't get caught up. Not to discourage you. If you are saying, hey, no, look, it's not a buyer mistake because I want to buy my home right now. That's your prerogative. We're just, wanting to advise you, like, don't get so caught up to where now you're overreaching. And when the dust settles, you're like, man, I don't know. Should have been more strategic about it. So, yeah.
Because the market changes, so It's okay to just kind of take your time, be patient, wait on the right property to come to you. So that's another mistake. So don't get caught up in the buyer frenzy.
No.
By all means, get a home inspection.
Please.
By all means, do not acquire new debt, especially if it's for someone else.
Yes.
They messing you up, cousin. Don't quit your job.
Don't do that. Yeah.
And what else did we say?
Oh, yeah. And then you say narrow down your area?
Narrow down your area. And
Yes.
Get pre-qualified.
Yeah.
Get pre-qualified. So those are some mistakes that we see a lot of clients making.
Yeah. So hopefully, you'll take this information and apply it right away. This is something that, we're saying that you can actually, not do. You don't have to quit your job, right? You don't have to acquire new debt. So you can do it. Like, just, put it into action right now.
Right. So there you all have it. Those are 6 most common buyer mistakes that we won't let you all make here at Trinity First Realty Services.
Right.
So we won't let you guys make any of those buyer mistakes.
No.
So we'll actually put a plan together and kind of help counteract.
That's it. Yeah. And the easiest way, right? And it's important. I want y'all to listen. The easiest way to avoid these buyer mistakes is to consult with a subject matter expert. Consult with an agent, right? You're going to literally sit down. That's us. You're going to literally sit down, right? And have a conversation about what your goals are, right? And we're going to have it all mapped out. And then next, we're going to execute, right? And we're not going to deviate unless we need to. Because you can realize your goal if you want to. You want to buy that building for your business, you can get it. You want to buy a home for the family, you can do that. But what you can't do it when you're making all these mistakes, right? Because it's painful. You will lose time and money, and that's no fun.
And we don't want you to lose time or money.
Yeah, it's not good for anybody. So then what are we doing, right? So the key thing is to sit down and consult with the agent. Consult with the subject matter expert to then map out your plan, okay? So that is your call to action. That is your homework as a consumer out here. Don't just choose auntie because she's licensed. Don't just choose your cousin or your coworker because they're licensed. Sit down and consult first so they can understand what your unique situation is and they can advise you best.
And when they advise you, make sure you listen.
Pay attention.
And
do what you're told.
Don't buy a new car. Don't
do that.
Okay. So don't deviate from the plan.
Do not.
Okay.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us and listening. We had a great time today. So here's some ways to connect with us. You can find us on Facebook, IG, Twitter, and our website. Our website is trinityfirstrealtyinc.com.